So yeah, somebody decided to paintball my RV last night. So yeah, and I got the permission from the manager at CVS last week to park here. It was last Saturday that I approached him. I've been sweeping the parking lot here at night just to say thank you. And this is what happens. A hate crime on all RV people and people living in cars and people living in tents. We need to stop this, folks. We really did. This is my home. This is property damage. But of course they ain't gonna care. Ain't nobody gonna fight for me on this property damage. Even if I get footage from CVS, if they give it to me, if they got any, cops ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna say, well, you shouldn't have been parking there. You're not allowed to park there. There's no RVs. So this is what we're dealing with, folks. This is what we're all dealing with. Hate crime. Because the county created this mentality in society. Thanks, county. Well, last Saturday, I asked the permission of one of the managers in CVS if I could park in their CVS parking lot. During the night, I'd be sweeping up trash because I didn't want them to see me during the day because of the customers. So I did it during the night. Now, I come out, and somebody tells me, I forgot who it was, somebody told me, your rig just got paintballed. I'm like, what? So I come out, and sure enough, there's orange on this side, on the steps, on the doors, on that side, on the two storage doors, on my tires, and then up there. And for no reason, I haven't done anything to anybody for them to do that. Nothing. And it's because of the county is putting the mentality among the society out here to hate us. You know, so now we become targets. You know, the counties are like, you know, nothing but putting us down, blaming any kind of crime, illnesses, you know, on us. If somebody gets sick, oh, it's because of the homeless. You know, if a crime is committed, oh, it must be a homeless. So yeah, they're gonna hate us. You know, and this is the results. They just did that to my home. My home. I mean, but you know, I can't even do nothing about it. Because the cops are gonna say, well, you shouldn't have been parking there. You know? So I have no rights. I have no rights for any. I asked the CVS. I went into CVS and I said, hey, do you happen to have a video? You know, what happened last night, and that where my RV is. And they said no, they didn't have no cameras up there. And then he informed me, even though the other manager last Saturday said I could, that he's glad that I came in because he was going to call the cops to have my RV towed. So I had to leave CVS parking lot. I'm staying at this Motel 6 for another week. I paid for my registration but didn't pass my smog. And so I don't have the tags. So I'm at risk of losing my home. And in the last couple of days before Thanksgiving, I tried to call places. Even the place I got smog June of this year, which is why I didn't pass my smog, because I had it done on June. And I called them up, and they don't do smog anymore. So they gave me the name of another place, and that place is not answering. It's got a weird greeting message on it, and so I can't get through that one. So then I called TNT in Monterey, and they don't do it anymore. But they did it for another volunteer when I was in Laguna Seca, because that's when I got mine, when I was still in Laguna Seca. And they told me that they got their rigs, I would say early June, got their rigs smogged at TNT. So that's why I decided to try TNT. And TNT is saying that they're not doing it anymore. And I'm trying to, today I guess nobody was answering because the day after Thanksgiving, so I got to be back on it on Monday. And I have a feeling I'm not going to find any place that's going to do RV smogging. And the only way to overcome this is if somehow we're able to get a mobile smog machine. And that's going to cost a lot of money. The county's not going to flip for that, even though that's what the $1,500 per vehicle was supposed to include from the marina safe parking. And God bless those mechanics. They work 24/7. Seriously, and they didn't want nobody to lose their RV. And one of the gentlemen even donated an RV to one of our young ladies in our group because she was ready to be on the street, and he couldn't see that. So the goodness of his heart, yeah, he donated an RV. And they weren't even charging the county for the overtime. And I know that for a fact. And so they're supposed to, they're not done with me because they're supposed to help me figure out why I'm not passing smog. But right now they're trying to get every bit of RV people out there taken care of and running. And I have a feeling that because of an individual asking the every city police to give us a lien on, at least for a couple of weeks, not to tag us or ticket us because of our tags being expired. I think they called these RV places that would have done RV smog and told them don't do it. Let's keep them out there because we want to tow away their home. We want to teach them, who's in charge, and that we need to just give up and just die. That's the way I feel. And I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that I'm right. This is uncalled for. This is my property. This is my home. Now, even though I'm staying in a motel room, I'm going to be out probably every hour or 2 hours to check on my RV. And then I know that the sheriffs are going to tag my RV. So, and then I have to stress out over that. I almost didn't go to a friend of mine's Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow because I was afraid to leave. And then I remember, yes, they tag it, and then I have 3 days to move it. So I'm going to try to enjoy my Thanksgiving with my friends tomorrow. And if they tag it tonight or tomorrow, that means I have 3 days from the time that they tag it. But this is the kind of life we all live. And it's not just me, it's all of us. And it's like we don't matter. Should I report it to the cops? There's no evidence. I don't know if CVS is telling me the truth that they don't have cameras on that side. I was told by an individual that they knew who it was, and it was a security guard that I met a couple of nights ago. And I said, well, why would he do that? And the person told me, because he's crazy. He's just crazy. And this is a security guard. Okay? I'm not clear if he works for, I thought he worked for the motel, but I might have mistaken that 2 nights ago. Now, this is just an assumption I don't know if he works at the CVS. But either way, somebody is employed this person that is going to damage the property just because. So I don't know which is the truth, if he did it or not did it. But either way, why do our RVs get targeted every time? Whether they did because they're just crazy, or the hate that they have towards us. No matter which one, why do they target RVs? And that's all I can say right now because I'm exhausted. I'm not giving up, but I'm exhausted, and I pretty much covered everything that happened with me in these past less than 8 hours. I just want to say, stop the hate crime, stop the sweeps, educate yourself. You need to know where your tax monies are going, because if you don't take that responsibility, step up and see where your tax money is going, Um, you're just getting duped and done just as we are. You don't have no right. And you're giving them that option to not have any right when you don't educate yourself.